All right, we're going to get started with the post-race media availabilities for today's Citizen Soldier 400 here at Dover International Speedway. We are joined by Austin Dillon, the driver of the number 3 AAA Chevrolet, who finished 8th in the race today but secured the 12th spot in the round of 12, moving on in the chase. Austin, why don't you talk about what that means for you?
Well, just everything for our team out of Welcome, North Carolina. First off, give all the glory to God because the race played into our favor. We did have a fast race car. I'm proud of that. Proud to be moving on to the round of 12 where I have some really solid tracks, one being Talladega where we were able to finish 3rd earlier this year. So just so proud of this AAA team. We didn't panic. I had a lot of people telling me not to worry. We didn't have a good practice, and we had a fast race car today, a really fast race car.
All right, we'll open up to questions for Austin. If you have a question, please raise your hand, and we'll get a wireless mic to you. Right up here. Can we bring him?
Hey, Austin, can you talk about as the race went on, were you aware of where you were standing in the points? Was that part of the conversation as you were clicking off the laps?
Never heard anything about the points till 10 to go, and they said I was 11 to the good, and that was about it. Didn't want to listen to it really. I knew what we had to do.
Do we have any additional questions downstairs for Austin? All right, Austin. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
and
guys.
Good luck in the next round.
The mic's okay.
Are you?
I'm fine.
Not worried about the mic.
Oh, you're good, man. Highlight hope.
We are going to continue with our post-race media availabilities for today's Citizen Soldier 400 here at Dover International Speedway. We are joined by the crew chief, Cole Pearn, and Furniture Row Racing General Manager, Joe Garroni, with the number 78 Furniture Row Denver Mattress Toyota, which won today's race, the 2nd in the round of 16 here at the Chase, and 4th of the season for this team. Cole, why don't you start off and just talk a little bit about it and the momentum going into the round of 12?
Yeah, I mean, this was kind of a bonus win, really. I mean, we didn't need it at all, but you're never going to turn them down. So it was, we had a really good car today. I think the 48 was equally as good as us, and we were going to definitely have to battle them, the rest of the race. And we were fortunate they had a penalty, and we didn't have any issues, and we didn't make any mistakes. And then no cautions. It really wasn't too difficult of a strategy at that point. So again, happy to get another win, and at the end of the day, it all resets next week, and none of this really matters.
And Joe, why don't you talk a little bit about what this means for Furniture Row Racing as you guys head into the round of 12 with the number 1 seed?
Well, it's amazing. I mean, it's just as Cole said, it's about momentum, and trying to get to the last race. You obviously have to keep knocking down fences, and today was definitely a big step. And carrying off into another mile and a half is with this kind of momentum. It's just really positive, really good for the company, for Furniture Row and Denver Mattress, and Barney Visser, our owner, who is again not here to celebrate with us, but a lot of hard work has gone into this from a lot of people, and yeah, he's at 50% right now. So at any rate, you got to have this momentum to continue from round to round. So we're blessed to have gotten this win.
All right, we'll open it up to questions for these two. We'll start here with Kenny.
Kenny Bruce with NASCAR.com for Cole. Obviously, it wasn't a given that you guys had this in the bag or anything. With Jimmy looked strong at one point there until those guys had their issues. But when you're in the latter stages of the race and you're leading by 12 seconds, any thoughts whatsoever of backing off just a little bit and not stinking up the show so NASCAR doesn't take a closer look than they might otherwise?
I don't know. You're going to have to stroke it pretty hard to get back 10 seconds, the lead we had. So it's just, you just got to keep going. Really, the biggest thing we were concerned about is just where the 48 was, because we knew, if he was able to get the lucky dog or get back on the lead lap, that's who we were going to be racing. So, they really drew our focus, and, we kind of focused on what they were doing and kind of called the race off their decision. So, definitely I know in the grand scheme it looked like, we kind of walked the dog there a bit, but at the end of the day, I mean, caution comes, 48's back in the lead lap, you got to decide whether you're going to pit or not. It can all go to, a lot of things can happen at that point. So we just, we tried to keep them a lap down. I was trying not to say hell there, so anyways.
We'll go to Jerry.
Jerry Jordan, Performance Racing Network, kicking the tires. Cole, I talked to Carl after the race, and he's, you guys are supposed to be in the same equipment. He's like, I really want to know what they're doing to get a 12-second lead on the field. What is it about you guys that can take that equipment and go out there and dominate like you did?
I don't know. I don't think it's any one thing for sure. I mean, we just we got a strong team, and we didn't make it to Homestead last year for no reason. And I really feel like we're in better equipment this year. So we just really had a flawless day. We're hitting on all cylinders right now. I mean, every track we go to, even the tracks we haven't been good in the past, we've been pretty good at. I mean, and Dover, for that matter, has been a strong suit for us the last 3 years. Even in 2014 when we were struggling, we ran good here. So, we really feel like we got a good handle on this place. But, we were good, but that 48 was just as good. So, I mean, at the end of the day, when you come to Dover, you're going to have to beat Jimmy Johnson, and luckily it didn't come down to that being that close.
Any additional questions? Go over to Bob.
Bob Pockris, ESPN. Cole, does winning at Dover mean anything as far as how it relates to other tracks left on the schedule? And I mean, just is there any fear that maybe y'all may peak too early?
I don't know. I mean, you're not going to say no. I mean, maybe we have. I don't know. I mean, I still feel like we've been good all year, so I don't really know how you can say we peaked too early. But at the end of the day, I mean, this is just kind of a icing on the cake win. We didn't need it per se, but you're not going to turn it down. I mean, Martin's had a lot of wins given away from him or taken away from him in his career. So to be able to make up for lost time in a way is good. And you just got to keep it rolling. I mean, we didn't do anything extravagant today. We just we brought a good car. We made solid pit stops. We never made any mistakes, and we won. So I mean, you're not gonna knock that strategy at all.
We'll go back to Kenny.
Yeah, Cole, you guys weren't that good at Charlotte earlier this year. I just wondered if you were hoping maybe you'd do something a little different this time. Now, actually, how much change do you anticipate from when you ran there in May till next week?
I mean, you can never be complacent. So I mean, I look at we had a good car here at Dover in the first race, and we were different than we were, then. So I mean, Charlotte's no example. You can't get complacent and hold on to fond memories from the past or whatever. You got to go and execute and work really hard this week. We got a tough week coming up for our team. We got a tight turnaround going to Charlotte. We got to test Martinsville Tuesday and Wednesday. So I mean, it's a really tight week, and we're nervous about that. But at the end of the day, it's definitely a track that we have good comfort with. I think we know what we need to do. It's just a matter of executing and having it all go together over 500 miles.
Any final questions for Cole or Joe? All right, gentlemen. Well, congratulations on the win. Good luck in the round of 12.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to wrap up our post-race media availabilities for today's Citizen Soldier 400 here at Dover International Speedway. We are joined by our race winner, Martin Truex Jr., driver of the number 78 Furniture Road Denver Mattress Toyota. Martin, this is your second win in the round of 16 in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup, fourth of the season, and also this was the 15th win for Toyota, which is the most in a season for the manufacturer. What do you think of all that?
Well, that's all unbelievable. It's what an awesome weekend for us. I mean, I talked about it in here the other day that this track has always been special to me. It's always been near the top of my list. I love this place, and I've had a lot of heartbreaks since my first win here back in '07. I've had a lot of heartbreaks. I've led a lot of laps. I've been in position to win multiple times, and it never seemed to work out for multiple reasons. So today, I'm just thankful to have a great team, to have been able to lead lap 400 and get back to victory lane at a track that's so special to me.
All right, we'll open up to questions from Martin. Please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic. We'll start in the back with Dan.
Dan Galston of the Associated Press. Martin, you won here in '07 and didn't win again until 13. I mean, did you think at some point in your career you were just going to be the kind of journeyman driver who just didn't contend for wins? And no? What, as simple as changing to FF to Furniture Road, that changed it all around? I mean, could this have happened anywhere else?
Sorry about that. Honestly, I mean, you just never quit. I mean, I knew, I always had I had enough good runs and enough, kind of flashes of excitement or success that it always kept me motivated. It always kept me pushing. I mean, aside from 2014, I think that, my first year at Furniture Row was tough, but I think every other year I always had something I could look at and say, hey, look, look at this. This is what, we're capable of when we put everything together and all the stars align, and, I'm able to, show what I'm capable of. So I've always had enough throughout my career to kind of lean on those times where, I thought maybe it wasn't going the way I needed it to go, or I didn't have the things I needed to have to compete with some of these guys. So just continue to drive and push and never give up. And, lucky enough to get with a great race team. And, it started out rough for us, but we continued to work, and we all worked in the same direction and believed in each other. And, it's just it's continued to get better and better over time. So, I mean, I don't know what to say other than I never gave up and never said I don't think I'll ever win again or think I'll have a chance to win again. I always knew I could do it.
We'll go to Bob on the far right, and then we'll come back up front.
Bob Pockris, ESPN. You met with Joe Girardi earlier in the week. Did he give you any advice? And also, do you kind of feel like the Yankees of the late 1990s?
Honestly, I mean, we just talked and shared stories, and he was such an impressive guy and had such a good outlook on life in general. And we actually talked a lot about our charities and our foundations and what we do, and just such a special man. Played baseball, loves the game, puts everything he has into coaching. I'll be honest, I'm not a Yankees fan, but I am a little bit now because I met him. And just a special man who was, who didn't know me from anyone, and brought me in, and Sherry and I both. And, we sat in his press conference with him, and he, just shared his passion for helping people with us. And, he does a lot for people. He, every day he wears a different T-shirt during his press conference for a charity that he's working with, or somebody who's trying to help get the word out for something they're fighting for. And it happened to be, when we went, it was ovarian cancer, because, he lost his mom to that, and that was kind of a connection we had there. So, I don't remember much about the 1990 Yankees to compare us to, but I'm sure it's good to be able to compare us to them.
Hey, Mark, Matt Pensick, WBOC TV Salisbury. Can you just talk about the last couple of weeks? You had the one win in the chase. You were in position to win last week, and now you got this one. Just the momentum. What is it with you guys at this time of the year where it's just clicking for you?
That's just it. I mean, it's just clicking. I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I feel like all season long we've been the same team, and we've done the same things. And, I guess right now it's just our time. I mean, throughout the summer, we led so many laps and had so many great race cars and so many great weekends that things would happen. Sometimes it was just rotten luck. Sometimes it was mistakes or just circumstances that didn't play out. But, I think that the biggest thing is we kept our heads in the game. We stayed focused on the things that truly matter. And when all that bad luck went away, here we are. So, I mean, it's just been amazing. We've got a great team. I've got a lot of people to thank. Obviously, it starts at the top with, Barney Visser, our owner, giving us the things we need. Friends at TRD and Toyota, and all of our sponsors and partners that have made this season a success. It's just things are clicking right now. We've got confidence, we've got momentum, and we're just rolling with it and taking it 1 week at a time. And hopefully we can continue this for 7 more weeks.
Any additional questions for Martin? We'll go to Dustin.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. I'm guessing obviously you're enjoying all this, and this is a heck of a ride. But is there a part of you that is, I don't know, I want to say worried, or do you have to look at the other side and think, boy, we've been on top for so long. How do I stay on top, or how do we keep this train going for 7 more weeks?
We've
with
done it
the
all.
competition coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair question, Dustin. It's a good question, but, like I said, we have done this all year long. I mean, you look at this team and what we've done. I mean, aside from bad luck, I can't tell you how many races we could have won this year. So, and you've seen the same thing. So, I mean, I think that, we just got to go out there each week and try to be as prepared as we can. We're not going to change who we are. We didn't do that before the chase started. We just got hot, and we got momentum. And hopefully we don't lose it. I mean, I don't know how we got it. I don't know how to keep it. I just know that, I think we're going to continue to approach these races the same way, and hopefully it works out for us. Thank you.
We'll go to Jerry and then Jim.
Martin, Jerry Jordan, Kicking the Tires on Performance Racing Network. No one expects you to give up a win or anything like that. You got a 12-second lead, but did you at any point feel sorry for the rest of the field that you were kicking their butt out there?
No, not at all. No mercy rule. Honestly, I did not expect the race to go green, to be honest with you. I thought, we got 50 to go and we were getting ready to pit, and I'm like, there's no way. I mean, we've been green for so long. I just didn't see it coming. So I was holding my breath. I was trying to take care of my equipment, make sure I didn't cause a caution. That would have been really dumb. And just trying to take care of it and make sure we got to the end. And lo and behold, the caution never came. So it worked out good for us.
Go to Jim.
Jim Utter, motorsport.com. Obviously, you guys showed last year that you were a team capable of contending for a championship. But in the off-season, you did change manufacturers. You did begin a new alliance with the Joe Gibbs organization. And here we are 3 races into the chase. You have 2 of the wins. You got some of their guys saying, I wonder what he's got over there. Did you ever expect that it would be this smooth? I mean, obviously I don't know if people realize that sometimes that can be a very daunting change for an organization, and to continue as well as you have and even be better is probably was a little bit surprising.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I thought it would take longer for sure. I think Barney did as well. I think the team beat the expectations of the owner, which is something you don't normally see. So I think it's just a credit to all of our people, all the guys at TRD, at Toyota that helped us put all this together and helped us build fast race cars and make sure we had all the things we needed. It really is a credit to the people. I mean, that was a huge undertaking this winter to switch manufacturers and, start over with all new chassis and components. And, it just, everything about our program changed over the winter, and for our guys to jump on top of it like they did and be as prepared as they were just says how good they are and speaks volumes about their abilities. So, for me, it wasn't a big deal. Our cars were fast right out of the gate, and we had some things that we had to work through. A lot of things were different, but at the same time, they were all working well for us right off the bat. And it's just been fine tuning and finding the things that I'm looking for and the feel that I like, and incorporating that into what we have. And it's amazing how quickly it all came together.
Any final questions for Martin? All right, Martin. Well, congratulations on the win, and good luck in the round of 12.
Thank you guys very much.
You doing okay?